majority decision. Darius.
I am king. 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 I am king.
A true legend isn't born, but a legend is made. Legends fight with their hearts, and they fight for their legacies. I guess, nevertheless, never to stress, the king's the best. With the punches coming in bunches, he be ripping and gripping and sipping and ducking and dipping and never no tripping, giving us whipping.
Preparation leads up to a fight. That's the rule and hard work. That's the wake up in the morning, man, I don't feel like running 5 miles.
We just waiting on that paperwork so that boy can get that work.
And I go in there and I show up and I do what I do. You know, a lot of guys, they say, well, I'll fight anybody. Yeah, they say that as long as the price is right, as long as this is right, as long as that is right. Me, look, I know what I do when I'm in the gym. I know the work that I put in. I know the skill level that I possess. So I know in my heart that these dudes, you know, use my French, they can't mess with me.
Go out there, do what I do, and put on the show. Holla, I am king. I am king.
There'll never be no comparison. You're live on the show. Sit back and have a listen. Alright, LDBC. Boy, I got a special guest. You know what? I can't introduce this man. I just can't do it. Cause I'm gonna tell you now, this dude been dropping fire, this dude been dropping heat. This man is a professional fighter. Okay, he's a professional fighter, and this man is out here on his grind. He took time out of his busy schedule, okay, to give Coach an interview. And man, I'm blessed and I appreciate this. I got none other than Darius the King Ervin. Darius, what's up, man?
What up, what up?
Man.
Shout out to LDBC. How's it going, Coach?
Hey, man, it's going good, man. It's going even better now because I get to interview the future legend right here on the Coach's Show, live. I'm interviewing this man, boy. I'm almost nervous, man. Like the coach is nervous right now. God Almighty. So
it's all good, it's all good, it's all love, man. I appreciate it, man.
Darius, man, you got to tell people about you, man, because I know everybody want to know what's going on with you.
Yeah, man. So, you know, I started, you know, I started boxing when I was 16 years old. My father took me to the gym. You know, I was one of them kids, man, knucklehead, always fighting in the streets, fighting in school, getting in trouble and all that, you know, BS. And so my father took me to the gym, like, look, you know, we're going to learn some discipline, you know, learn how to control your anger and stuff like that. And at the same time, let's see you whoop up on some of these boys that, you know, actually train for this, you know. And I was, you know, boxing came natural to me, you know, my amateur coach, the great James Presley. You know, I caught on real quick, and he said, you know, it's easy. He told me, he says, it's always easy to train somebody who already know how to fight when they come to the gym. Because now you got to, you know, fine-tune them and teach them the technical aspects of boxing. And at the same time, you don't have to talk them into being mean because they already got that in them. You know, so I took to the sport, you know, quickly. I always was just a fan of the sport, but you know, I mean, you're from North Carolina. You know, we got Charlotte Boxing Academy, and then we got Dime Boxing Academy. So we won't have like a lot of gyms on every corner like a lot of places do. You know, so I ain't really know how to get into the sport. And my father ended up bumping to somebody at the barbershop, told him about my gym, you know, back home, and you know, been on ever since. My amateur record 67 and 10. I've been a national several times, you know, just like on the, if you look at the, my last fight, you know, so everybody know I'm not pump faking, I'm not claiming anything that is not valid and not true. You know, I fought Ervin twice at the Nationals, once in the semis, once in the finals. You know, we had 2 good scraps. You know, I felt like I won the second one, you know, but it is what it is. You know, ain't nothing to harp on. Me and him, we still cool, so it's all love. And then in 2010, I was drafted in the inaugural class for the World Series of Boxing. Now, if anybody's been, you know, familiar with that, they only have 5 weight classes. They had, what was it, bantamweight, lightweight, middleweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight. So all the welterweights is basically we're going to have to compete at middleweight, which was fine. We was cool with that. And got down there a few weeks after being drafted by the Miami team and relocated to Miami. We had a meeting with the team general manager, and they started passing out this funny paperwork basically for us to get our pro license because the commission said we had to fight as pros because we were getting paid money and we fight without a headgear. So I'm looking at the situation like I'm not a middleweight, so I'm not going to fight as a middleweight, having that on my pro record. I don't care about y'all saying it's going to be separate. I'm not doing that. So the agreement we had to break away from that was a 4-year ban from, competition, amateur or pro. So I basically had to sit out for 4 years on the shelf. But through the support that I have from family and my coaches and, just my peers in boxing, you know what I'm saying, I was able, stick it out and just, focus on taking that 4 years and just getting better through that. And so that 4-year ban ended, and so we've been hitting the ground running with this pro game. I've fought 3 undefeated fighters coming out the gate. I was never the house fighter. I was always brought in as an opponent. And I go in there and I show up and I do what I do. I'm truly one of them fighters. When a lot of guys, they say, well, I'll fight anybody. Yeah, they say that as long as the price is right, as long as this is right, as long as that is right. Me, look, I know what I do when I'm in the gym. I know the work that I put in. I know the skill level that I possess. So I know in my heart that these dudes, excuse my French, they can't mess with me. But they can't mess with me. So it's easy. It's easy for me to take on undefeated fighters, fight in and fight out, because I already know what's up.
Hey, man, listen, man. I definitely been, you're probably one of my favorite channels now. One of them, because I got several, in the LDBC. But, I listen because a lot of the stuff that you talk about, man, you hit on a lot of technical stuff, man, that people may not even know, man. Like, because you have a lot of people in the comment section, and there are a lot of casual fans that actually really, they just love the sport of boxing. They're not here for the other stuff that go on that we know about. They're just here for boxing. But you know what, man? I mean, your channel, man, you actually, not only are you breaking stuff down, man, but you actually educating people. Like, you telling people about the game, like, this is what it is. And the first 4 minutes of this video, man, you just broke down, man. Like, look, like, pretty much what it is to be a fighter, man. I mean, dang, man. I mean, and then I saw some of your videos, man. Darius, dude, you putting in some work, man. I mean, you putting in a lot of work. I mean, can you kind of maybe educate, people enough, man, to tell them, like, what kind of mindset you got to be, man, if you're trying to be a fighter?
Man, you got to have that never say die attitude. You can't, see, you have fear in boxing, but it's a different type of fear. It's not the fear that you look at as in regular day life. It's more fear of nervousness. It's not so much, I'm scared this guy's going to hurt me. It's that more so nervous energy. You know what I'm saying? Which is good. But, me, myself, that's one thing, I guess, that made me different from a lot of guys. And I know fighters that are just like me as well. I mean, Andre Ward, he just did an interview saying the same thing. Like, I don't experience pre-fight jitters or none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'd be ready to go. It's fun time to me because the preparation leading up to the fight, that's the grueling, hard work. That's the wake up in the morning, man, I don't feel like running these 5 miles, but I got to go do it. You know what I'm saying? But when it's time to fight, all the hard work been done, so I call it fun time. You know what I'm saying? It's time to have fun. Man, my attitude has not changed. Have a good time. And you got to have thick skin because, I can tell you, man, through all the nonsense I've been through, like, especially the last year, like I said in my last video, I can literally put up 9 guys right now, undefeated guys, that has pulled out fights with me, literally, like, I had one pull out literally a couple of days before weigh-in, but most of them pull out a week before weigh-in or so, and they'll go turn around and they'll go fight somebody that's 2-14, 8-30 and stuff like that, literally, be those guys workers that they go and fight. And then, my thing is, they turn around and they go on, social media and they bragging about beating up somebody they supposed to beat up. Somebody I didn't have to get up and train for to beat. I could have rolled out the bed without training and wouldn't beat them. So to me, those guys don't do nothing for me. So I'm not even really interested in fighting them guys. That's why we've been chasing these undefeated guys and these guys with winning records. So you got to have a tough mental resolve to stay focused and dedicated when you're dealing with things like that. Boxing ain't as great as people think it is. It takes a lot of mental toughness, lot of it.
Wow.
And that's the thing that is very much underestimated because people don't see what we go through to get ready for the fight. They just see the fight. They don't understand the sacrifices made from family life. For example, I tell you, sacrifice I'm making right now, and I do it every day, and I do it willingly, and I do it happily. And that's, you know, I'm from the East Coast. I'm from your hometown, from Charlotte. You know what I mean? I've been out here 2 years when I turned pro 2 years ago. You know what I mean? And I haven't been home since Christmas. You know what I mean? Because the only reason why I haven't been home is because we've been trying to fight and we ain't been able to get nobody in the ring. I could easily just say, you know what? This ain't working out the way I wanted to work out. So, you know, the hell with this. I'm just going to go back to working at the bank, or I'm just going to go and do this and I'm going to go home. But, you know, I tell myself all the time, nothing, it ain't going to come easy if you really want it. You know what I'm saying? You got to put the work in. You got to make the sacrifice. You got to be able to take the ups and downs that come along with anything that it is that you want to accomplish. So, with that being said, this is just my ups and downs. It's just my trials and tribulations right now, and I know my moment is going to come. And when it comes, like I said, I'm taking it over. And I'm going to show these guys how you're supposed to really handle business as a boxer. I'm not going to hide behind business.